Hello, my ravens. I am just having an incredibly rough week. It has just not been going well for me. Like you heard me say in another video, my back went out, it's still stiff. I've been sniffly, my allergies are fine, I've just been all around grumpy. Now, as you can see, I have a parrot right here with me. I've always got my baby near. But as you can see, this video is called The Grudge, which means I'm just going to be sitting here for the whole time going, ah. No, I'm just kidding. Now, these videos have actually helped me all this time. I use them to help other people, but they actually help me too. They're very therapeutic. They're kind of like therapy for me. And they've gotten good responses. But the reason it's called The Grudge is this is another thing of Asperger syndrome I feel like should be explained. Now, it's going to sound very childish. It's going to sound very immature. I never claimed not to be any of these things. So, there you go. But people with Asperger syndrome tend to hold grudges, even if they're meaningless. I mean, it doesn't have to be something as emotional as you shot my paw, now I'm gonna get revenge or anything. No, it's nothing like that. But it can be the littlest thing. I mean, a lot of things that freaks people out that they get scared of about people with Asperger syndrome, and it's something they shouldn't be afraid of because it's normal for them. They can't help it. Is their memory. They remember things in vivid detail. I mean, sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse. They can't help it because you have, they remember things like if somebody hurt them in 2nd grade, hurt their feelings, they remember it and they can still be mad about it 30 years later. I mean, that's just the way it is. They can't help it. It's hard to let go, you know. And that's why I called this The Grudge, is because this is the aspect of Asperger syndrome I was going to discuss today. Like, okay, I can give you an example, and it still holds true. When I was in school, if there was a girl I liked, and she got a boyfriend, it did not matter who that boyfriend was. It could have been a childhood friend since I was 3 years old. I did not like them then. That took everything away. They were my mortal enemy then. They were Luke Skywalker to my Darth Vader. They were Batman to my Joker. Isn't it lovely how I make myself a villain in all these things? But that was just the way it is. I couldn't help it. I mean, it didn't matter if they were a good guy, a bad guy, or... It brings to mind a song by Leanne Womack. Have you ever heard the song, I Really Hate Her, I'll Think of a Reason Later? It's just like that. I don't know why I didn't like them, but I was going to find a reason because they were with the girl I wanted. And it still holds to this day. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. Because that's the way it is. I just don't like the person. I feel like they wronged me, even if they didn't mean to, even if they don't even know who I am. It's just guilty by association. You know, I can't help that. That's just the way it is. And, like I said, that may sound childish and immature to you, but that's just, we take some things that shouldn't be taken so seriously. And like, if a teacher embarrassed a student in 6th grade, and now this person with Asperger syndrome is 40 years old, they're still looking back and remembering that, and they'll still sit up some nights and think, you know what, that upset me, and I still would like an apology from that teacher, you know. But, you know, it's just one of those things that can't be helped because our brains don't work the way everybody else does. So, anytime a girl is with somebody that, anytime a guy is with a girl I don't like, it just depresses me. It makes me ill, you know, because it's like, even though they have no clue in the world who I am, it's like they did something to me, even if they don't realize it, you know. and couldn't help it. I just don't want to talk to the person. I don't want to be anywhere around them, and I just prefer they just leave me alone. I mean, I don't care if they're donating me a kidney. It's still not going to make me like them any better. And, you know, childish, immature, that may be, but nobody I need to talk to. But, yeah, but that's just one of the things that I like to explain. So, if you're friends with somebody who has Asperger syndrome, and you don't realize, you may not think you did anything really bad. It could be that you snapped at them one time. You might not think about it, but they're going to remember it coming down the road. It could be that I'm sorry, I can't really think of too many examples or whatever, but if you're friends with somebody with Asperger syndrome, sometimes you just have to say, okay, look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to do this. And a lot of times that'll make them quick to forgive you. It might not, but, yeah, I got a bad case of the ums today. You can do the littlest thing sometimes to make them mad, and sometimes you may just have to, even if you don't think you did anything wrong, you just have to say, okay, look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do you wrong, because I didn't know you felt that way, or I wasn't thinking, I didn't know you took it that seriously, or whatever. And sometimes it takes just something as little as that to make it okay. But yeah, like, I've seen it in a lot of people with Asperger syndrome. They tend to hold grudges, and that may not be a good quality. Like I said, there's good qualities with Asperger syndrome. There's bad qualities. I know lately all I've been focusing on is the bad qualities, like having trouble getting dates and stuff. But I felt this was an important video that needed to be made, and maybe if you have somebody, maybe you have somebody who hasn't been diagnosed. Maybe you know somebody who's like this, who's always holding grudges and stuff. So if you see these videos of me giving some of the symptoms and stuff, you may want to check it out, and this person might have Asperger syndrome and they don't know it yet. You may help them come to understand themselves more when they don't understand themselves. And that's what I hope. I hope people can get help and realize why they're different earlier in life. I don't want them to have to wait till they're 25 like I was, thinking they're a freak and they don't know what's wrong with them until they're on up in their mid-20s. You know, I want to help people. But I guess that's really all that needs to be said on this video, because I think that explains it pretty well. You know, I never do scripts with these things, and a lot of times I always forget to do something that I needed to do. On another note, I'm expecting Artemis. This is the 1st of June. I'm expecting my new book Artemis to be out in very early July, and going to try to start doing some book signings again. I'm going to a writers conference mid-June, and I'm up to 61 subscribers on my YouTube channel, over 3,300 views. So I don't do as many of these videos as I do like the marketing ones and stuff, and occasionally I just do some random stuff. But I hope this helps somebody, and maybe it helps you understand somebody with Asperger syndrome better, and if it does, then I've done my job with this. So all I can ask is that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and follow me at ChrisSnyder83. And like I always say, happy reading.